What's up guys, Ziovo here and welcome to a brand new video on the channel. Now today we have another collaboration with MrWhoseTheBoss and we're going to be talking about the top 5 best gaming phones you can buy. Now when it comes to gaming phones, we're not talking about phones that can just run Pokemon Go or Sudoku, but these are just phones that can run any game at all, including high-end games such as Asphalt or Grand Theft Auto or Gangstar. Now of course, mobile gaming is nowhere near as good as PC gaming or console gaming, but if you guys want a game on the go, these are the phones you should go to. Now with that being said, be sure to smash the like button down below. Let's see if we can hit 2,500 likes for this video. And with that being said, let's get started.
Okay, so smartphone number 1 is just seriously cool. This is the Acer Predator 6, and you probably won't have heard of this because, to be honest, they've not exactly publicized it a lot, but it is the ultimate gaming smartphone. Okay, so to start with, the display is 6 inches and 1080p resolution, which sounds a little bit low, but actually if you take into account that that is a PPI of over 300, and the fact that the screen is just huge and gorgeous to look at, it'll be a very good gaming experience, one of the most immersive ones. But it might not quite fit in your pocket. Internally, the phone has the 10-core Helio X20 processor with a custom-made GPU just for gaming. It's also supported by 4GB of RAM, so processing power-wise, it's just gonna fly. And that obviously translates into great UI performance as well. And with the Predator 6, Acer has actually gone a step further, because it's actually going to include quad-channel audio. So in each corner of the phone, there's going to be a speaker, which offers great sound and possibly one of the first mobile multi-channel audio experiences. It goes further because the company's also building in haptic feedback, so it'll feel like an actual physical controller when you play games on it.
Now when it comes to finding the best gaming phone possible, there's 2 things I look for: screen quality and performance, and the new Galaxy Note 7 does not miss out on either of those features. The phone itself supports a 5.7-inch Super AMOLED display, which is 2560 by 1440 pixels, which is very important as with a display that big and quality that high, you can immerse yourself in the gaming experience and have a ton of fun while gaming on the Note. Now when it comes to actual power, the phone has an octa-core processor, meaning it has 8 cores, so you can basically handle any game you want on it.
So next up we have the Moto G4, which is a phone you probably will have heard of. It's coming in at $200, the value proposition is just insane. We actually get a Snapdragon 617, supported by 2GB of RAM. And the 617 is an interesting processor because it has the Adreno 405 GPU, which is not actually that powerful, but this is really made up for by the ridiculously powerful CPU. See, the Snapdragon 617 is nearly as powerful in CPU performance as the Snapdragon 810, which is the flagship smartphone processor of last year, in phones costing $600 plus. So coming in at $200, you're getting a similar compute performance. It's insane, and it easily balances out the lack of GPU, which makes it a great gaming smartphone. As well as that, the Moto G4 has a 5.5-inch 1080p screen, which is just amazing. Now obviously at this price there are some omissions. The phone doesn't have NFC, it doesn't have a fingerprint scanner, but considering that $200 gets you that much power, gets you a package which feels way more premium than it costs, and gets you the latest version of Android, it's tough to complain.
Now the next phone on the list is the HTC Ten smartphone. Now this phone does have a smaller display coming in at 5.2 inches, so it's smaller than the Galaxy Note 7 for example, but the phone itself supports the same resolution coming in at 2560 by 1440 pixels, so the phone itself still has a very sharp and immersive display. Now on top of that, this phone also has a quad-core Snapdragon processor and 4GB of RAM, which means this phone is going to be able to handle pretty much any game you throw at it, and it's not going to be lagging out anytime soon. Now this phone itself is a great gaming phone, but it's also an amazing phone overall. It supports image stabilization with a 12-megapixel rear-facing camera and a 5-megapixel front-facing camera, so you can still get amazing photos and videos out of it. And additionally, this phone also has high-res sound, meaning if you're going to be gaming with the speakers on, you're going to have an incredible experience with the screen, the processor, as well as the speakers. So if you're going to be buying this phone, you know you're going to be getting an amazing phone overall as well.
So last but absolutely not least is the Xiaomi Redmi Note 2. Now you might be thinking, I've heard that name before somewhere. And you have, because this phone was released late last year. Now why is it so good? Well, since the Xiaomi Redmi Note 2 has been released, the Redmi Note 3 has come out, and the Redmi Note 4 has come out. And with those adjustments, the specifications haven't really gone up that much, but the price tag has. And meanwhile, the Redmi Note 2 has been sitting there, getting better and better value for money. So right now, for $120, you can get yourself an octa-core Helio X10 with 2GB of RAM. And that's just ridiculous power for $120. That's one of the best chipsets on the market for gaming. The Helio X10 can slice through pretty much any game you throw at it, and combine that with a 5.5-inch 1080p screen, and this is the best value gaming smartphone you can buy right now. And yes, you're not going to get the latest version of MrUI, or the latest and greatest versions of Android, but compatibility of the chipset is still really high. It basically works with everything, which is all you really need for a gaming smartphone.
But that's about it for this video, guys. Let me know down below in the comments what other videos you want to see. But that's about it. If you guys did like this video, be sure to give it a big thumbs up, and as always, thanks for watching. My name is Ziovo, and I'm signing out.